I'm back.
They say when you stop doing something over a period of time, you tend to lose that spark. And my gosh, is that true? And the crazy thing is, it's not just me, but I'm noticing other people around me are experiencing the exact same thing too. What is up? If we haven't met before, my name is Johann, and on this channel we focus on some ASMR travels and some one-on-one discussions just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell because I haven't done that intro in so long. What is something that you want to do in your life, but in order to make that happen, you have to put in the time and the grind in order to make that happen? I dare say, even during the pandemic and even after, your boy was on a very rigid schedule. My ass would start the day off at 3 o'clock in the morning doing push-ups and squats. And because at that time my work was online, I was working comfortably in my boxers while simultaneously studying Japanese. A goal that I still want to achieve. You know what, come with me. I gotta shave while we continue this convo. Anyway, in the afternoon, I would be dancing, making sure that my rhythm, working, and in sync. And also, I'll be making like a shit ton of short form content on TikTok. I'm talking about at least 20 videos per day. Now, fast forward today, I'm a bag of shit. My muscle mass has been depleting rapidly and my Japanese haven't been improving to the point where I'm forgetting vocabulary and grammar. I was on set for a music video recently and I was so out of sync that it's very embarrassing to even watch. You can't forget about the videos. My page has been so dry. Even if I were to post now, my engagement will probably be ass. In other words, I probably won't be getting much traction. Ooh, I've never used Harry's before, so I'm kind of excited for this. It's very, can I take this off? Nice. So what happened? How did I ended up being so disciplined to flopping all over the place? This has a nice smooth shave. Life events. I understand why people have such a hard time when it comes to consistency, especially when their environment changes. I can see why a lot of top creators that were on top of their shit, that's hardly around anymore. So without boring you with a whole bunch of details, when I lost my online job, I moved in with some family members. And let's just say their daily routine and my daily routine haven't really been adding up or syncing up properly. So in result, things that I used to do in the morning, for example, learning Japanese, became an obstacle when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and people are resting and sleeping. It's not the best ideal time to be talking on the phone overseas with someone, especially when you're both learning a language. You can't really whisper and talk. You would have to project your voice. Yeah, eventually I lost the motivation to train. And because where I was staying at the time, it was very packed. So finding time and space to practice dance became another challenge. And you can forget about video making. Basically, all the stuff that I used to do was very challenging to keep up. And that lasted almost 2 years. And speaking of family, not to put their business out online like that, I know someone who has been very strong when they were younger. And especially when I grew up around them, their image in my head was very like, you know, the person wasn't as active, but they did yoga. They used to proofread attorneys' papers, had a healthy diet, and the person is a phenomenal artist. Nowadays, I feel like that person has lapsed so much because they haven't been upkeeping that ideal life that they had set for themselves. Now, you can say it's old age, but I see a lot of people online that are a lot older than my family member and they are on top of their craft. I strongly believe not doing those things often can result in one's drive to slow down and eventually die out. Maybe not die out, but drastically slow down. So you might be asking, what does this have to do with you? Seeing this individual has reminded me the skills that you have or that you want to obtain, it is super important that you stay on top of it consistently. It's a never-ending game. Like the moment you lose it, it's gonna be so challenging for you to get it back. So I am currently going through that and I don't want that to happen to you. So a solution for this, create a schedule and stick with it. Or if that's gonna be some shit that's gonna be a pain in the ass to do, I've learned from this YouTuber, her name is Rudy, that you can combine 2 forms of action to create a new habit. For my example, let's say I'm brushing my teeth. I can be working on my kegels at the same exact time. I'm not getting any younger, so I'm like, hey, you can't be dozing off. We got some business to do, you know what I'm saying? Just kidding. I am trying so hard not to mess up. So after you've been doing it for a while, you tend to build new habits. And creating new habits that will help benefit you in the long run for the better, it's a good thing. And we are done. Now we're looking like a human being instead of a ragamuffin. But if you excuse me, I have a party to go to downstairs. There are going to be a lot of attractive women, and I am just happy I was doing my kegels. Just kidding. You want to know what's funny? Creating this video, I'm over here talking very loud about kegels, and I'm pretty sure like housekeeping is like hearing everything I'm saying, and they're like, yo, what the hell is this guy talking about on top of his lungs about kegels?